A no commentary version of this run can be found in the pinned comment in the comments section below. Early ad-free access to original uncut versions of all my videos can be found on my Patreon for as little as $1 per month. Please check out the pinned comment in the comments section below for a link to my Patreon. This video is intended as a game walkthrough. It is not a speedrun. All strategies in this video were made for efficiency and success rate. Please watch the entire video and listen carefully to the commentary before trying any of these strategies for yourself. Hello everyone, this is a no damage playthrough of Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways.
The only reason I've taken on this mission is to get closer to my own objective. No matter what happens, I can't let anyone figure that out. Of course, hiding in the shadows isn't my style. I'll have to reveal myself to him and offer advice once in a while.
No vamos. ¡Ah, qué madre! Te cogí.
So I see you've managed to arrive at the village on time.
Yes, but nobody remembered to roll out my red carpet.
The villagers there are all being controlled. They automatically attack any intruders. Ring the church bell. That should quiet them down for a while.
Sounds like they're good, obedient boys and girls.
Unfortunately, time is not a luxury we have. Gather as much information as you can about the parasites and finish off this little tour.
So the idea behind this scenario is that all the villagers are busy being preoccupied by Leon. If you go into one of these background areas and then you return, then you'll see Ganado just chasing after Leon and some such. For now, what we're going to do is we're not going to shoot anything. We're just going to run around and collect all the necessities here. We're trying to collect treasures, trying to collect the yellow herbs. So Ada's Blacktail has pretty quick, pretty smooth aiming. What we're gonna do is we're going to take out all of these enemies here. It's nice and easy. We have ammo to spare, so we can just headshot them while we're on the ground. We're not gonna bother with the knife. As you can see, there's Leon running away in the background. A few extra Ganado spawn chasing after. Pick up the red herb over here. But there's specific enemies that we don't want to aggro, such that it will prevent more Ganado from spawning in. Once we go back here, here's a Spinel. And then we'll go this way. We're not going directly to the right because there's a female Ganado that we're trying to avoid waking up. Yeah, just let her keep pitchforking hay over there, down there. As long as she doesn't see or hear you, you're fine. And she just, like, won't. Well, okay, I actually woke her up. Never mind. I guess the idea... No, the idea was to actually wait until everything was collected. And then we go into this house, trigger this cutscene. It's been a couple of weeks since I played, so I'm trying to remember exactly how things work. Pretty typical of my commentary, you know. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop a hole in the door and just cheese these guys forever. And once they're done, the chicken will fly away. As if on cue. But we gotta take out these enemies first before we can head out the door. We gotta stand in a way where the knife is capable of arcing to hit enemies on the far right of the door, while also preventing us from getting hit by any stray sickles flying around. As per usual, these guys just have an infinite number of throwing sickles. I messed up on the I messed up on what I was supposed to do here, because there were some more items in that bedroom over there where I just shot the lock off, so gotta stand here and knife out the door a little more. At least until more enemies spawn in. There's the last treasure there. In this area, because we're caught in here, we're gonna use the shotgun to get out. So Ada's shotgun is not very powerful, but it is very good for pushing enemies out of the way whenever you need to get through. So now we'll take the insignia key. While we're waiting up here, we're just going to observe the remainder of the enemies. I didn't actually bother to count how many enemies you could keep on the map before more would spawn in, so I just decided to wing it and just go ahead and use the key, get out the door. We gotta knife that box twice. Not talking to the merchant yet. There's no need to buy the first treasure map. I know where everything is, and I will show you. More enemies coming through that door behind us, so we gotta be quick here. There's no other treasures to pick up. Besides the green gem in that box right there. It's gonna be two more female Ganado right there. And we can just squeeze right by them. This first female Ganado right here is going to throw a lot of sickles, so we want to go ahead and take her out of the equation as quickly as possible. There's a lot of really random, really cheap hits in Resident Evil 4 in general, and I always find that the best thing to do is to just always deal with the ranged enemies first. And just try to systematically take everything out one at a time. Decided to aggro these guys and move back this way. Just get a better hold on how many there are. This actually would have been a great place for a grenade, because I had used the blacktail to trip everyone. Ada's fan kick also seems to have a pretty high crit percentage as well, so something to take note of. 2 birds' nests after coming out of the underground walkway. Another yellow herb here. This guy, kick him back. Bam, 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 bam. Trip, kick him back. If he lands in front, then we can shoot him. Otherwise, we want to just focus on enemy management. Because if the head is not ready to be popped, then it's going to force us to move into another position to be able to blow it off. So we'll just focus on enemy management instead until one of them decides to fall forward. Then we can blow their heads off. But that guy's a jerk. We're not even going to bother trying to get him to fall forward. He's already on the ground, so we'll just go ahead and mag dump him on the ground. The green cat's eye right there is a key item. We're just going to take this nice and slow. Because it's still the daytime phase of the game, we don't have to worry about any plaga. So forget these guys. Just kill them all. She fell forward. Just go ahead and mag dump. You probably noticed by now that my FOV is actually zoomed out quite a bit. This is the PC version, and I am using a thing called Resident Evil 4 tweaks, or RE4 tweaks. It also enables me to control Ada's turning with the mouse, so I do turn a little bit faster. Why would I do such a thing? Isn't that like cheating? The movement is fun. Let me have fun, man. To solve this puzzle, it's 3334443. Now we gotta put away the green cat's eye over here so that Leon can get it later. Once we come out of here, a few more enemies will spawn in. We can just, if you hit the skip cutscene button, you can just avoid them all and just run directly to the door. But I didn't actually have the foresight to do this, so I just shot, kicked, and just avoided the rest of them. Just went directly for the door. Gonna go directly to the right here. Grab this flash grenade. And turn around. And the final part of the mask is there. And then we're just gonna go all the way around so that we avoid the throwing sickle. And then we're gonna go over here. We can't jump across the chandelier. Once we solve this puzzle, the chapter will be over. It's the same as the puzzle in the main game, just upside down. So rotate red 3 times, rotate green once, and rotate blue twice. And that's chapter 1.
La campana. Es hora de rezar. Tenemos que irnos. Lord Sattler.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Here's what I know so far. Osmond Saddler's cult is known as Los Illuminados. They've resurrected some sort of parasitic organism they call Las Plagas. That's all my organization knows for sure, though Saddler's occult activities seem worthy of investigation. The Salazar family, Castellans for generations, possessed the ability to control Las Plagas. The organization's hypothesis is that a unique frequency of sonic wave, sensed only by the parasites, is used to control them. The same principle used in dog whistles. This was inferred through the analysis of a tissue sample we retrieved. The tissue contained an organ presumably used for sensing sound waves. I've seen cult members carrying ceremonial rods, and I wonder if they emit these sounds. Of course, this is purely theoretical. The organization needs samples of the parasite to confirm or disprove these theories. That is the main objective of my mission, and the only way to prove my loyalty to the organization. The opening moves in this chess game have been played. There's no turning back now.
We have an irregularity. The researcher we planted has been discovered by the Illuminados.
You must be talking about that vagrant Spaniard. So where is he now?
He's held captive in an abandoned house located northeast of the village. Until he recovers the sample, we can't let him die.
You don't need to remind me. Luis Serra. And I thought I was high maintenance.
Once this mission starts, we're going to go directly to the right. There's 3 crows here that we can shoot. 1, 2, 3. Then we pop that. Then we can pop that. Get the brass pocket watch. Unless you you want it dirty and you wanted to sell less. Next, we're going to open this drawer for some handgun bullets. We're going to avoid going to the bathroom because there is a ganado in there. Once we open this, there's a gold chicken egg in there. Gold chicken egg will either restore your health to full or is worth 3,000 pesetas.
Welcome.
And while Dr. Salvador
Good things on sale.
is taking his sweet time, we're going to go ahead and sell some of these goodies.
Is that all?
We don't have a green for that
Is that all?
red and yellow,
Thank you.
so gotta hold off on that.
What are you buying? Thank
And we'll
you.
buy the medium attaché case, the rifle, and we also want the TMP, but I forgot to combine all of the parts here, so we're gonna do that real quick.
I'm back anytime.
Reloading the shotgun now,
What are
so
you
that
selling?
don't get caught with my pants down.
Ah. Thank you. What are you buying?
Then we can buy the TMP. We have enough room to be able to grab the TMP as well. Ada does not get a stock, but doesn't even matter that much. My recommendation is actually to wait until Dr. Salvador bursts into the room. So because Dr. Salvador is facing in front of us, we can actually go ahead and just completely mag dump the TMP into his head. That is my recommendation for enemies that will not burst Plaga, such as like the armored zealots or Dr. Salvador. It's like if it's an enemy that doesn't spawn a Plaga, then my recommendation is to use the TMP because the DPS is enough to actually go ahead and get rid of it. And also those guys generally tend to have a lot of HP anyway. So that's what the TMP is very good for. But oftentimes, depending on the encounter, I mean, if you're trying to just like do them little by little, then it's generally best to try to aggro them towards you and just like take them out that way, play defensively. There's our other green herb. Typically, whenever an enemy is running at you and you shoot them in the foot, they will trip over forward completely. But that's more common with like the soldiers later in the game. This guy, if I shot him in the foot while he was running like that, he definitely would have fallen forward. Been a lot easier that way. But for the time being, I had to get rid of that other ganado in the back because he was about to throw a sickle. So I used the rifle for that, and piercing properties, able to get rid of that other one. Because these guys are weaker, it's not necessary to use the TMP. Just hold on to the TMP ammo for when we need it. For those harder encounters. Right, once we're out here, gonna equip the rifle again. Accidentally opened RE4 tweaks there for a moment. I fat-fingered the F1 key. So we can raise the rifle here, and kapow. We have to move this way, though, because if we move any further to the right, then the Ganado that are sitting in the houses will get aggroed, which is also why I didn't grab those shotgun shells that spawned there. Because if I grabbed the shotgun shells, it would have aggroed the others. We can smash this with our knife. As long as we don't jump through, we won't aggro this female Ganado here. And we climb up here. There's more handgun bullets up here. And before we head up the path to the farm, we can go to the right here. There's another thing of handgun bullets. Basically, all of the ammo that we had left over from Chapter 1 will still stay here, as well as the treasures from before. This actually is a pretty safe means to grab treasures, but if you aggro an enemy, then you'll aggro all of them. So we don't want to do that. And once we walk over this way, triggered one of them, and so we're just going to hug left in order to avoid the female Ganado that comes out of the shack to the right. And now we're over here. So there's a spinel up there. You have to get it now. You can't get it later. If you come back here, then enemies will despawn, but so will this spinel over here. We're just gonna remain kind of stealthy, keep these guys unaggroed. Don't jump over here. There's a lot of treasure to get here later. We're just not going to get it now while there's enemies. Path of least resistance and all that. And then once we go down to the warning sign over here. Pow. Pow. Just go ahead and get rid of them because they have throwing sickles. Just didn't feel like fighting them. Then we're going to get up here. Grab the contents of these barrels. In my case, that barrel on the far end had TMP ammo, and then I got the beer stein. I wanted to go ahead and get these now because I'm going to run past the enemies coming back here later. There's no spinels in this tunnel over here. As you can see, shot the dynamite out of the hand of that one Ganado back there. Blew up both of them. And then got rid of the other one, which was also going to throw dynamite and just like inflict hit stun if it got too close. There's a lot of enemies in this house over here. We have to go into this house in order to progress. As long as we stood at that corner, that Ganado that just threw dynamite would only throw dynamite in the house. I could have actually pierced through Billy Goat head looking ass over here. Shot his buddy. we're not going to wait for this guy to get up. We're just going to get rid of him immediately.
¡Rápido! Maldita sea.
Once this cutscene is done, you can hop over here. Some goodies in that chest right there. Or bird's nest.
¡Un forastero!
Once we get rid of him, we're going to run in. We're going to ignore this enemy because he's just going to point at us like an idiot. And also make loud stomping noises because he's mad that he didn't get us. Now we're going to run back this way. So, there's one dude with dynamite and just a regular grabby hand ganado who's just going to point at us again. And they're just going to blow themselves up because they suck. While these guys are jumping down, we're going to completely ignore them. And then we're just going to hold to the right here. We'll just go under this guy who's throwing an axe. Forget him. And once we come back in here, all the enemies from this area are gone. So that leaves us free and clear to loot the rest of the area. A fixed set of sniper ammo right here. Definitely want to pick that up. And we're going to drop down here. There's a grenade over here, and we go into this little shed over here. And there's in this box on the left here, there is always going to be 50 pesetas. There's always a chance that the box I broke on the right is going to have like some ammo. So overall, I would say that probably going there is just not even worth your time. Unless you just like really want to take a chance and get some ammo. We'll grab those shotgun shells, which weren't there before. We'll pop that, get the spinel. And then we'll head this way. There's another spinel here that wasn't there before. And then there was also some handgun bullets, which I just completely walked by, but those also spawn there. They weren't there before. So once we're here, we're just going to go to the right, and then curve around behind the pitchfork ganado there. Once these guys disperse, we're just going to let the cutscene end. Those guys are going to disperse, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to take the long way around, because they're all concentrated in the center. So forget fighting them. We're just gonna go this way, and also get an additional green herb. And then once we go over here, we're gonna hug to the left. You just dodge right by the jacket thief right there.
Hay un rumor que hay un extranjero entre nosotros.
Nuestro jefe se cuidará de la rata. Y si la plaga es mucho mejor que la nuestra.
Tienes razón, es un hombre.
You carry the same blood as us, it seems. Nevertheless, you're an outsider. Just remember, if you become unpleasant to our eyes, you'll face severe consequences.
What? Same blood.
Once we resume control, we're just going to go directly to the right. We'll pop this chest open, and then once we head back that way, all three enemies are going to throw their weapons. As long as your movement is correct, this will always happen. Then we can just drop down after this guy, and then just run straight forward, jump over. They blow themselves up. It's done. That guy's just going to point at us like an idiot. None of the other enemies can actually follow us, so we can take our time with this guy. But now they start spawning Plaga. And what we're going to do is we are going to use the rifle every time that there is a Plaga spawn. The music is still going to keep going. Let's not worry too much about that.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things. What are you buying? What are you selling? Is that
Just getting rid of everything else.
Anytime.
Except for the beer stein and the cat's eye. Bringing it down here and down the stairs and... pick up these rifle rounds because I want to run by enemies later when we come back through here. Before we move forward, we're going to get everything good and reloaded. Especially our TMP, because our TMP is about to put in some work. You get the yellow herb and the red cat's eye. Once we pop this open here, no enemies. Enemies. Yeah, she's not cooperating very well. I decided to climb up the ladder. And while she's doing that, we can just... And there you go. And now we're just going to run in a little half circle around the room, collect all these goodies here. There's nothing else on the right side up here. So just drop down. And... Thank you, Steam. TMP ammo here. And from here, once we walk this way, more enemies will spawn in. We'll just hug the right. While this guy is pointing, we're just going to bait out that knife swing there from the female Ganado and then run by. There's another dynamite guy over here, as well as a thrower. And once these guys are done, we can grab the goods. Then we're going to equip the sniper rifle here, and we're just going to inch forward ever so slowly. As you can see, there's an invisible wall there. The second guy hasn't been aggroed yet, but I moved forward exactly enough to be able to aggro the first guy, and still hitting the invisible wall. I guess the general rule of thumb for this particular part here is that we have to wait for them to aggro. Like, they have to scream, "Oh, Hiesta!" at us. Before we can actually hit them. Otherwise, we hit an invisible wall. And if you see a Ganado still moving like it's about to get up once it's decapitated, that's your cue to run, because it's about to spawn a Plaga. My recommendation for Plaga is to wait until the Ganado get completely up, because the hitboxes on the Plaga are different whenever the Ganado is laying down. It definitely makes it a lot easier to kill a Plaga in one hit once a Ganado is standing up completely. There's only goodies from this spot over here. There's some static TMP ammo right here. Static meaning that it's there all the time, no matter what, not random. Same with this locker over here. More TMP ammo.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sales. What are you selling?
We don't have access to any enhanced inventory space yet. So we gotta keep selling for the time being.
Come back anytime.
Also, there's nothing worth buying from the merchant because there's no upgrades or anything like that in Ada's separate ways scenario. We gotta look around here a little bit for a hookshot prompt. The first one is gonna be to the right. Our yellow cat's eye is right there. That is the final treasure. Well, the final map treasure, I should say. By the way, I have a bone to pick with you, YouTube comments section. When I put all map treasures in the thumbnail of my previous video, what I meant by all map treasures was all the treasures that you get from the maps whenever you buy them from the merchant. That's what I was talking about when I said all map treasures. Not every single Spinel or Velvet Blue or, you know, everything else that I just, like, can't be asked to remember. So if you want to collect all that shit, good on you. Gotta pick up anything and everything that we can right now. Debating what I want to get rid of, but I didn't want to get rid of anything here. Any guns I can reload? Any ammo that I can afford to throw away? And then I realized I'm at a spot where I can actually get rid of some ammo right now. Just shoot him in the face. Shoot him in the plaga. Shoot him in the face. Shoot him in the plaga. Easy 10,000 pesetas. And now we have a decision to make. Do we want incendiary grenade or do we want this herb? And the answer is, I want this herb. Because it's going to be worth more later.
I forgot something. You guys go on ahead.
Louis.
Hey, señorita. Got a light and some smokes to go with it to make my day?
Where's the sample?
Okay, we skipped the foreplay. As a matter of fact, I was just going to get it. Where's the love, baby?
Sounds like fun to me. Just hurry up.
Okay, lady. Where do you stand on all of this? Exactly what kind of group are you working for?
There are some things in the world better off not knowing. This is one of them.
Fine. I can take a hint. I don't care who you are, as long as you get rid of that old man and his religious friends.
Among all the people involved in this, Luis Serra has the least entanglements. He works for no organization, preferring to move on his own. I'm the one who told the organization of his importance. I did it because I like him. His history betrays an enthusiasm I once shared. It was a stroke of luck that I happened to intercept his email for help. It seems he can't trust the police, so he sent the email to an old friend from college. He must have thought his friend was still alive. At any rate, that's how I managed to find him. Apparently, he's been conducting his own investigation of the cult while doing research on Las Plagas. A brilliant scientist. He's accumulated a pile of data and pieced it all together. Must be why Sadler hired him. Too bad Sarah's snooping has aroused his suspicion. When I told him who I was, he practically begged to be taken into custody. He needed protection. He said, I have no love for Las Plagas or this stupid cult. I want out. I just want peace and quiet again. I ordered him to bring me a Master Plaga specimen, a sample for evidence. Looks like he's one of the few people whom Sadler actually trusts. Tracking him down and getting my hands on the sample shouldn't be difficult. I doubt the cult will take kindly to his escape, though. I'll have to guide this along if I want it to go smoothly. Put your hands where I can see them.
Sorry, but following a lady's lead just isn't my style.
Put them up now.
Bit of advice, try using knives next time. Works better for close encounters.
Leon. Long time no see.
Ada. So it is true.
True? About what?
You, working with Wesker.
I see you've been doing your homework.
Why, Ada?
What's it to you?
Why are you here? Why'd you show up like this?
See you around.
Ada!
Luis has succeeded in recovering the sample. He's waiting in the castle. Get in contact with him, ASAP.
Understood.
And that U.S. government lapdog, Leon.
If you do happen to encounter him, put him out of commission. We can't let him interfere with our plans.
He has no idea what's going on. He's nothing we need to worry about.
He's a survivor of Raccoon City. We can do without the extra distraction. Take him out.
Leon.
So before we proceed, we can pick up these bowgun bolts here, but
Got a selection of good things on sale. What are you selling? What are you buying?
we're going to start by getting the larger attaché case.
Thank you.
We're not going to get the bowgun yet, because the bowgun takes up way too many slots and is not going to be especially useful for the time being. Once these guys spawn in, we're going to hit start to skip the cutscene, back up a little bit. We'll use the sniper to pierce the shield here. Because that other guy was winding up, getting ready to throw his sickle, I switched over to the shotgun immediately. So now we got both of these guys. These are these particular Plaga are especially annoying because a single flash grenade does not kill them. I wish it did. Only direct damage can actually kill them, and also they can spit acid, which is super infuriating. So really about the only thing that you can do... Oh, interesting. That time it didn't spawn. I wonder why. Maybe if you deplete all its HP or something. Or like maybe there's like an overkill of some kind. Whatever. Once we head to the top of this bridge over here, we'll go ahead and snipe that guy who's shooting arrows at us. And we can use this opportunity to also snipe out a few more enemies. We'll head to the right here, and I like the shotgun for this guy. Yeah, he waited not at all to just spit the acid. Wasn't walking forward for some reason, but yeah, using a sniper is probably best bet, but I've never been able to figure out like the best way to deal with that guy. After we kill a set number of enemies, then more of these guys will spawn in. So we're just gonna chill out over here and wait for them to come to us. Just make sure our guns are good and reloaded. Because again, Ada's shotgun does not do a whole lot of damage. It has a pretty nice spread. Alright, this guy, his head's not protected, so he could spawn a Plaga. Second guy wound up, so either using the shotgun or turning and heading around a corner is a good option. A grenade also would have been good. But yeah, you can see like a sniper round just like didn't take out that Plaga immediately. The Type 3 Plaga are easily the most infuriating ones. This is a Type 2 Plaga, so I decided to use a shotgun shell to knock him back, because if I took too long to set up a sniper rifle round, then he would have taken my head off. So it was best to go ahead and push him back before trying to shoot him with the sniper rifle to be completely safe. This guy to the left over here. Excuse me, there's that guy to the left over there. And we'll just kind of creep up on him a little bit. As far as Plaga spawns go, innocent until proven guilty. Or I should say, not Plaga until proven Plaga. And now it's proven Plaga. So because the sniper rounds aren't really killing these guys in one shot, I'm just going straight brute force with the shotgun because I got plenty of shotgun shells. There's a guy directly to the right here. Charged at us. So the best option was shotgun. There's one Ganado right there to the right. Grab the gold bangle first. Shoot him in the foot. So here's a little trick. Whenever they blow, or whenever they're huffing and puffing and they're about to blow, if you shoot them, then it'll set them on fire, and you can keep shooting them until they die. Like basically it just like recurses the fire state over and over and over again. Repeats the fire state. Not recurses, repeats. Every time you shoot this guy, he just like ends up clipping through whatever wall he can. So you gotta wait for him to get done with his stun animation whenever you shoot him. The Type 3 Plaga. Checking around for any more goodies. There's one more to the right. This little path right here. Just an incendiary grenade. Now we can kick the gate down and leave. Once we go over this way, this last guy is going to spawn in, and he's got a gold helmet on. So because he's not going to spawn a Plaga and he has a lot of HP, we're just going to get rid of him with the TMP. Elegant perfume bottle. Looking around for any more goodies that might be missable. Even though we're not getting the bowgun, we definitely want to get the bowgun bolts, because the bowgun bolts are explosive. And they're super going to come in handy during Chapter 5, once we have a larger inventory. We're not going to head into the dining hall yet. We're going to go this way, because there is a requisite item that we need to pass the dining hall. And going this way results in dealing with as few enemies as possible. So once we get in here, we're going to snipe this guy. Also, the policy is if they're rangers, we don't fuck around with those. Headshots for them with the sniper rifle. There's two of them here. And because I already killed one and it spawned a Plaga, now I gotta play defensively. I kind of bungled this up a little bit. But it's not the worst thing in the world if you have to play defensively against these guys, because they will follow you. Only bad thing is, though, it's Type 3 over here. But funny enough, shooting this guy with the shotgun from this distance ends up stunning him with every shot. Although it would have been much more beneficial to just go ahead and just shoot him with the sniper rifle. Whenever the Type 3 Plagas sever themselves from the rest of the body, they always jump. So be mindful of that. We're not going to proceed any further down that path. Instead, we're just going to equip the TMP. Go ahead and shoot that guy. And then we're going to hook shot into the room that he's in. Hourglass. Yellow herb. Grenade. Basically, if we proceed any further that direction, there's not really going to be anything that's like worth getting. But I guess I go this way anyway. Is there treasure here? Probably treasure. Yep, so this guy seems to have a lot more HP than just a lot of HP. He's worth 3,000 pesetas though, so not terrible. I just don't really think that money has much of a purpose in Assignment Ada. Once you have all of the extra guns and item capacity you can get, then about the only thing left that you can buy is first aid sprays and maybe bonus weapons like the Chicago typewriter. Because you can get the Chicago typewriter as a bonus weapon in Assignment Ada.
Welcome.
I think also the
Got a
PRL.
selection of good things on sale. What are you selling? Ah, thank you. Is that a... ah, is that... thank you.
Just clearing out our inventory, clearing the custard a little bit.
I'm back anytime. What are you selling? Ah.
Once we come in here, this first guy right here, that crossbow ganado further down is already aggroed to us, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and snipe him once he comes around the corner. It's just being nice and slow. But it's like once his head comes into view, that's about when he's gonna aggro completely. And we're gonna pull TMP. Blacks this guy. There's a flail ganado right there. Singular ganado, so just use the blacktail on him once he comes into view. I did not mean to exit the room. That guy's just kind of being a jerk. We're not going to head to the center of the room yet. We're going to take this flash grenade. And then we're going to equip a... which grenade was it? Okay, so I guess start with a flash grenade. Yeah, start with a flash grenade. So what we're going to do is we're going to trigger this and we're going to skip this cutscene as quickly as we can so that this will buy us some time to actually put the hourglass in before the Garrador drops. And then we're going to toss a flash while these guys are on their set path entering the room so that way they get stunned. And then we're going to chuck a regular grenade at that lock over there, which will stun the Garrador long enough for us to get out. This can only happen if you skip the cutscene. If you wait, then the setup is ruined. And you'll probably get hit, or you have to retry, because you get your head chopped off, one or the other.
Leon, I'm sorry, but I can't be seen with you.
Once these guys come in, we're just going to use the lantern over here to set them all on fire. Gotta go fast, because if we're too slow, then the guys that spawn behind us will catch up. There's 2 more guys over here. One is a crossbow, the other is... a shield. I exited and re-entered so that I could get this treasure that's sitting up there. They all despawned. It was just a flash grenade, whatever.
Leon! I got it. Louis!
Now that I have the sample, you serve me no purpose.
Sadler!
My boy Salazar will make sure you follow the same fate.
Stay with me, Louis. I am a researcher, hired by Sadler. He found out what I was up to.
Don't talk.
Here. It should suppress growth of the parasite. The sample. Sadler took it. You have to get it back. Louis! Louis!
I found Louise. Unfortunately, a bit too late.
Did you retrieve the sample?
No, Sadler has it.
There will be another time. Have you had a chance to eliminate Leon?
Not yet.
If that's the case, then maybe we can capitalize on his little lucky streak. Take advantage of the distraction he is causing for Sadler and his followers to retrieve the sample.
Jack Krauser has been the subject of extensive study and research by the organization. His skills and personality have been tested both on and off the battlefield. If he weren't the best, he would become a liability that would jeopardize the rest of us. My conclusion? He's a great soldier. No more, no less. As long as he's well compensated, he shouldn't cause any problems for us. If he does start to get restless, I can take care of him. I've studied his combat style and can deal with that arm of his if necessary. Krauser answers directly to Wesker, and it was Wesker who decided that Krauser should be sent to spy on the cult. He also decided to send me along. I wonder if it wasn't to keep an eye on Krauser. No doubt, Krauser has already fallen to the temptation of Las Plagas and the power they represent. This could have dire consequences for the organization. On some level, however, this may be a necessary development, as his role is to disrupt this farce of a play. That said, the stage and its players will ultimately come crashing down in the end. Bad luck for him. But he'll play the patsy in the end and take the fall for all of us. That's why I need to make sure things keep going exactly as they are.
What's the news on our friend, Leon?
He's not making it easy. The sample?
Sadler's got it. It seems he sniffed out our little game.
Perfect.
Just so we understand each other clearly, I don't trust you, nor does Wesker. If you try to do anything clever, I will kill you.
Is that so? You know, I met Wesker long before you.
We'll see soon enough if you did.
Yeah, we'll see.
Quite a jolly mess he's made, that Leon, but all for the better. Sadler's people have fallen into a panic. Their destruction is only a matter of time now.
Once he gets Ashley back, his job will be finished. He'll no longer be a factor.
No, I'm leaving Leon to Krauser. Hurry up and retrieve the sample.
Maybe you forgot, Wesker. I don't always play by your rules.
Yep, so here's the bulldozer tunnel. What we're going to do is we're going to start by going this way, and we're going to use a single piercing shot. Sometimes a single piercing shot will get rid of both of them. And this guy is going to toss an axe, and then we're going to run up on him. Fortunately, we don't have to deal with any more Type 3 Plaga. All you got to deal with is just the Type 1s from this point on, which is very nice. This guy's just going to run at us like an idiot. Take him out. And then once we go over here, there's going to be another one. He's just going to point at us like an idiot. It's questionable whether or not either of these barrels are worth breaking, but I did it anyway. Because there's always a chance you could get some rifle ammo. And rifle ammo in this playthrough, or any playthrough of Resident Evil 4, is completely invaluable. Once we pop this barrel over here, it'll reduce the HP of all of these guys such that we can finish them all off in one shot. Next, we're gonna knock that guy over, and then we're gonna walk past a zone trigger right here to spawn these guys in. And then we're just gonna leg these guys with the shotgun. And if done correctly, we just toss a grenade at the ground and finish them all off. If you toss a grenade, remember, Plaga do not spawn. And all the times I've slashed that box, it's never spawned anything, but I could never be too sure. Before proceeding to the next room. Pow pow. Is he going to be a runner? He's going to be a runner. Because he's a runner, we trip him and he falls forward. What about this guy? I fell asleep there. He's got a helmet on. We'll wait for this guy to fire off 2 arrows, and then once we do that, he starts reloading. We go in for the headshot. Take this velvet blue, and once we go to the left, there's going to be a big boy hammer guy. I managed to decapitate him instead of tossing him into the room below with the shotgun. My recommendation, honestly, is to just use a sniper round on him. Just get rid of his head, and don't accidentally push him into the hole with the shotgun. Because if you do that, then you have to toss a grenade down in order to be completely safe upon jumping down into that hole from the vent. Now we got the golden links. We'll proceed to the next room, which is definitely the hardest room in all of Separate Ways, bar none. Just simply because of all the ridiculous bullets flying around and whatnot. Okay, maybe the second hardest. The helicopter section is still the most annoying section, just simply because of all the stop and go. So, we're going to skip this cutscene immediately, and then we're going to toss a flash. Throw it at the ground so that the travel time of the flash grenade is as quickly as possible. Rather, the time it takes for the flash grenade to detonate will be as fast as possible. Once the grenade blows up and knocks all these guys around, the remainder of the enemies will die in one shot. That guy spawned a Plaga, unfortunately, so we had to pull out our rifle to get rid of him. Now we got the blue activation key. There's not much reason to go directly behind us aside from another random barrel. After that machine gun is done, we're going to make a mad dash towards this one and use the blue activation key. And now we're going to destroy both of these turrets. And also destroy any Ganado on the way. If you happen to spawn a Plaga, make sure you finish them off. Now's our time to jump on the ship and get the other gun battery, but before we do that, we have to pull out the rifle. That one's got a helmet on. Controlled burst at long range. We'll get rid of helmet guy. Funny enough, that guy didn't spawn a Plaga. Now that this area is completely safe, we can go back here. Actually, there are bowgun bolts, so there is 100% a reason to come back here, and that is to grab those static bowgun bolts. Next, we can climb up here. Red herb. Velvet blue. stroke of luck, got some shotgun shells in that box. Once we go in here, onto the lift, we're gonna pull out the rifle. Or, I guess not, but pulling out the rifle would have actually been the better move. What did Past Carcy end up doing here instead? That was just horrifically inefficient. Oh, actually something more efficient. Wow, look at that. Past Carcy actually did something cool for once. And then once we blow those guys up, we use the rifle, and then use the handgun to finish these guys off. Unless they spawn a plaga, in which case, rifle. I may be very, very hard on Past Carcy. But I do praise Past Carcy whenever he does something right. And really, Past Carcy couldn't have really handled that section any better. Once we climb up here, this guy is just going to pop right in. He's a ranger, so we're just going to go ahead and decapitate him. Go ahead and trip these guys up. What's this guy going to do? Not run at me. Or run at me, actually. Running at me is fine, too. Both of these guys just have Morning Stars, so we'll let them run towards us. Moving far enough away will eventually bait out a run. And once that happens, you know what to do. Trip them. Because tripping them while they're running forward is a guaranteed face plant. Once we climb up here, sniper that guy. And this guy is just going to pull out infinite dynamite sticks. He's got a face mask anyway, so that's what the TMP is for. We can't decapitate him. Once we walk across here, the next wave of turrets is going to spawn. Back up so we can use the hook shot. Get up here. We got to do this as quickly as possible. Grab the activation key. Go to that spot over there. Use the hook shot to hook across. And then we're just going to make a mad dash for the gun battery. We have to take out all the turrets. All of them. Unless we want to get hit by stray bullets, we gotta get rid of all of them. Also, direct hits will completely delete Ganado, but for some reason, there's no AoE damage on any of these. So just delete as many as you can. Once we get rid of this last turret over here, then I think that's when the infinite Ganado will stop spawning in. Also decided to get rid of that guy up there because, well, actually didn't have to because he's not going to be able to jump down either. He just spawns up there for no particular reason at all, other than maybe to hit you while you're grabbing the activation key. Once we're over here, we're going to go ahead and drop the flash grenade here. Be very careful, because sometimes that guy will not get stunned, at which point, jump across here. These guys won't even bother trying to throw any axes or anything at us. So we're just going to use this time to reload our weapons. Pull out a flashbang. Yeah, that's a 60 FPS oddity where they just like suddenly turn and twist around. Ooh, he had a helmet on. So yeah, we have to wait until this whole thing cycles around again. Meanwhile, we also got to watch and make sure that no enemies decide to jump on the elevator with us from over here. Case in point. But I had to wait a cycle because if I just jumped straight off, then he would have wound up his Morning Star and hit me while I was in my recovery state. So I didn't want to do that. These guys, we can just topple them over. Gonna reload before climbing up the ladder while we have time. And run this way. Use this flame grenade real quick to get rid of that shield. Not such luck, but at least it was a back grab that time. A flash grenade wasn't going to work. A regular grenade actually probably would have worked just fine. I'm not going to bother picking up those other 2 bits of ammo there. No reason. And that guy, we're just going to blow up the dynamite. He'll either die or he'll get knocked back, but either way, once we head through that gate, he's done. No more enemies. No more poop deck.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on. What are you selling? Is that
Selling down to 50 handgun bullets so that we clear up our inventory a little bit.
Thank you.
Combining the 3 green herbs will get us 2,000 pesetas, but we have more than enough pesetas to last us for the rest of the game.
What are you buying?
Going back through the bulldozer area again. This time we're on the 2nd floor. This guy's gonna just go head low and point at us. Shield guy inactive. Just went ahead and popped his head. Absolutely worth a rifle round. And so is this guy, but he ran into cover a little too fast. So we will deal with him later. He's running, so make him faceplant. He's thrashing around like that after we've blown his head off. And he is not going to spawn a plaga, and we can move on. Safe to move on. I decided to get rid of him with the sniper rifle because he had a crossbow. Our friend is down here. You could use a flame grenade, but I decided to just waste a lot of ammo here. I was also counting my lucky stars he didn't spawn a plaga. Reload the handgun here. Once we drop down here, more enemies will spawn in. We have to go to the right pretty much immediately, but before we do that, go ahead and blow up that barrel. Gets rid of a ranger. Once again, let them run towards us, trip them, cap them. And these guys, we're just gonna pop them. Especially that guy on the far left, because he's got dynamite. We'll mop up any remainders with a singular handgun bullet. Once we climb here, gotta watch to the left. Greenstone of Judgment here. Yeah, you can see how they just like spawned right on in. Cool level design here, but it is kind of annoying. The way that these guys just like, you know, pop in. Yeah, so this guy. As soon as I recognize the helmet, TMP time. And then this guy is, there's one guy over there who's shooting arrows at us. If we go into the doorway, he'll be able to hit us because those arrows go through that gate over there. But our bullets can't penetrate the fence over here, as you can see. So we gotta wait for him to get done shooting, go reload, then we can pop him. And then gonna get ready to shoot this guy. He has to come down to us if we're going to be able to efficiently get rid of him. So then we're gonna head to the right and around here, and he's just gonna jump off into oblivion. Bye-bye. We'll use our snipper rifle on these guys. The recoil on the snipper rifle prevented us from. Actually, no. This guy has a helmet, so we had to use the shotgun there in order to get rid of his shield so that we could kill him. Because the only way that that guy is going down is by straight damage. And then there's one more enemy on the far right over there. So I opted to aggro him, and while he's pointing at us, he has oohed his last Oh! This room, we're going to exit through these double doors. There's a lot of goodies around here. First of which, Redstone of Judgment. Some static crossbow bolts. Another grenade. Yellow herb. How does she know the bulldozer must be Leon's handiwork? She must be clairvoyant. Some bowgun bolts over here as well. We're going to have a lot of bowgun bolts for Chapter 5. And once we walk over here, that little bit of lag was enemies spawning in. That's a problem with the engine, not with your computer, so rest easy. The last treasure is right there. And for these guys, we're, wow, that shotgun just took out his shield and his head. That was pretty good. How rare. This guy's gonna jump down. Trip him and pop him. You have whomped your last cowboy. Although we don't actually have to fight this guy if we don't go for any of the goodies that are in either of these rooms, so... But that's the last enemy that spawns in. Chapter 4 is done.
All for Umbrella's sake. Umbrella? Almost let it slip. Enough talk. Die, comrade! Ada! Well, if it isn't the bitch in the red dress.
Looks like we have the upper hand here.
You may be able to prolong your life, but it's not like you can escape your inevitable death, is it?
You knew each other?
More or less. Maybe it's about time you told me the reason why you're here.
Maybe some other time. Leon S. Kennedy, perhaps the most essential part of this mission. This story wouldn't be complete without him and his formidable survival skills. He has what it takes to survive against overwhelming odds. I've seen him do it before. And he's improved since then. Practically a genius, he has smarts and he knows how to use them. On top of that, his service as a government agent has toughened him up. I'll work behind the scenes to make him think he's the primary player here. though it may be naive of me to think that'll be easy. Considering the involvement of both Sadler and Krauser, the possibility of unforeseen problems is there. But I need him in the supporting role for me to achieve my goals. I'll do whatever it takes to keep him in his place and make this all go smoothly. Of course, his role didn't exist at all until a few months ago. Back then, my role was much simpler too. But that was before the President's daughter was abducted and Leon was dispatched alone to find her. Talk about a major script revision. I don't think I need to worry. Leon's been through worse and always comes up smelling like roses. His consistent luck is part of the reason why I have absolute and unshakable faith in my vision of what's in store for him.
Report. Time is almost up.
Krauser's dead.
Really? Leon doesn't die easily. That's fine. We can use him to clean up Sadler for us. We'll let them fight it out. Neither one of them will manage to come out unharmed.
Easier said than done.
Either way, it's your job to clean up what's left of them when the fight is over. Don't forget who is running the show. Whatever happens, we can't let either of them live to see tomorrow. Our goal is to retrieve the sample. Take out anything that might interfere with our plans.
So once we start over here, we're going to just go ahead and pop this guy. Well, we don't even actually have to use a sniper rifle round on him. In my case, I was running out of sniper bullets, so against an individual enemy that wasn't actually going to, like, range attack me or anything like that, where I could actually take my time with him, perfectly fine.
Welcome.
But before we proceed, we gotta talk to the merchant.
Good things on set. What are you selling?
We gotta sell all of our goodies.
What are you buying? Thank you.
Take the XL attaché case and get the bow gun.
Come back anytime.
So with JJ, the bowgun makes it so that it will always inflict stun on him. And it doesn't matter where you shoot him, it'll just do the same amount of damage. You can just keep shooting him, just keep stun looping him. 5 bows is enough. A hand grenade here. First aid spray, velvet blue. I got some TMP ammo in that drop. This guy trying to hit me while I'm invincible. Spank him. We have a bit of a vantage point up here. Also, checking in that that barrel right there is our blue eye. which is one of the treasures for here. I was feeling pretty lazy and I had bowgun ammo to spare, so I just go ahead and deleted these guys. This other guy will drop down. Well, actually, no, it's the same guy. We just finished him off with a handgun bullet. Never mind. And this guy over here, up here, we'll just keep shooting, keep throwing dynamite. And then there's another guy running by. He's got a helmet on. Let's go ahead and let him own himself. After we've climbed up, we can hit that barrel, delete both of those guys, and right here is where the shotgun really puts in work. I'm about to show you the actual strengths of Ada's shotgun. Ada's shotgun in itself, like I said, doesn't really have a whole lot of power to it, but it is very, very, very good for grouping enemies. So you can use grenades or bowgun bolts. And we got bowgun bolts and spades, kid. Although it would have been better to open with a shotgun shell for those guys. That guy spawned in a plaga. So I decided to get rid of his friend who just dropped down. Good place for an emergency flash also. This reminds me of a really dumb joke I heard when I was a kid. It was a dumb blonde joke. So a dumb blonde is driving her convertible. The tire pops, and she has to pull over. So then she goes around back to open the trunk. And then out pop these two dudes in trench coats. And then they open their trench coats, revealing their naked bodies. And then a police officer pulls over, like, what the hell are you doing? And then she says, those are my emergency flashers. Yeah, I don't tell very many jokes. My delivery of that one could have been a little better. But I hope you laughed. There wasn't anything really important going on here anyway, because I already told you guys what to do for this section. Just group them up with a shotgun and use the crossbow. It's free. But this next part coming up here is not free. As a matter of fact, it is quite ammo expensive. Once we cross the line and the shutter drops, we have to climb the ladder immediately. Otherwise, we're gonna get crucified. So we'll just inch ourselves out. You know, this is exactly how it goes when you have like a million Ganado that fire off arrows everywhere. Resident Evil 4 becomes an unfun cover shooter. I really, really, really hated this stage. I really hope it's not in the remake. But I decided to go ahead and decapitate that guy because the explosive barrels actually don't really do much of anything against these guys. After JJ comes in, we're just gonna use the shotgun, knock him back, trip him, pop him. Then we shall reload everything. And then pull out our crossbow. And once JJ is all done being all te voy a matar, we can come over this way. And just delete him. Crossbow is going to be better than the sniper rifle in this particular case, just because you don't have to aim anywhere in particular in order to kill him. Whereas with the sniper rifle, you have to keep nailing headshots. Also, don't forget those rifle rounds right there. Muy, muy importante. So yeah, this guy, you know, this guy isn't even going to shoot us from across the way. I take that back. He actually does. Also, it's actually okay that you get stunned by like the explosion here because it allows you to fire the crossbow a little faster. I give that fight a carajo out of 10. Shoutouts to Brazil. After this guy fires his crossbow, we have only a limited amount of time to pull out the rifle and pop him. We can also go ahead and pop this guy. There's no reason to grab the yellow herb in the path to the left over there, because if you do, it'll spawn in a couple more Ganado. Do not recommend. So yeah, that path directly in front, just avoid. Instead, we're just going to take the path to the right. Man, as soon as I said shoutouts to Brazil, all the Brazilians in chat just started saying come to Brazil. Sasuga, Brazil. I'll reload the rifle, then we can take those rifle rounds there. If you ever find yourself jammed, try reloading first.
Leon, you okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, Ada.
We have to get that parasite out of your body.
Yeah. But before that, I gotta save Ashley.
Fine. Let's split up.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale. What are you selling? Is that all? Thank you. Ah. Is that all? Is that? Thank you.
I ended up with a pretty disproportionate amount of green herbs.
Is that all?
Didn't get very many red herbs in this whole playthrough.
Thank you. What are you?
Or rather, not an even amount of red herbs.
Any time.
Gotta equip the crossbow here. These guys will spawn in. Three crossbows will mop them all up. I had all the flash grenades in the world. Although really, I probably could have just as easily saved them for like the very last part of Chapter 5. So the reason why I threw that egg and emptied my hands was so that I think it allows you to pull out the knife a little faster. I could be wrong. But we're just going to use the knife exclusively in this next fight.
I'm sorry. I jumped the gun when I reported you dead to Wesker. Think of all the paperwork I would have to fill out if you were to show up alive.
Right, so we're just going to stand in place, and whenever he lets his guard down, we're just going to slash him.
Come on.
Ada will automatically grapple over to the next area. Just pull out the knife, right then and there. Just start slashing him before he can QTE us. Now this third phase over here is probably the tougher one. Now, if you try to swipe the knife, and you swipe it in the wrong place, then you'll accidentally end up stunning him. Or sorry, deflecting, getting your knife deflected. So your knife will just like clink off of his strong hand. You know, his strong hand like in Scary Movie. But yeah, because we lost our rhythm, now he's just backflipping into the same corner. And I guess forcing us to make space. It doesn't take very many slashes to kill him at all.
That's a large thing you have there. But I don't like it when men play rough.
Welcome.
So this is going to be our last visit with the merchant.
Good thing. What are you selling?
And, yeah, you know,
Is that all?
we're just going to sell everything.
Thank you.
Yes, sell that, and that, and that,
Is that all?
and that,
Is
and that, and that.
Thank you.
All without combining them, by the way. Because not combining them unlocks cheats.
Any time.
You'll soon harbor an awesome power. Yet it seems you would rather choose death.
I'm taking Ashley back, whether you like it or not.
Ah, the audacity of youth.
Leon, now! Move!
Let's go.
Right, so, the strat that Matt DeRock taught me was that you have to dodge a QTE, run up and touch his body, and then you can, like, slash him whenever he, like, jumps back a bunch. But the loop that I found was just run up to him down here, slash him, and whenever the QTE pops up, you do the QTE, but run up, touch his body, slash, dodge. Run up, touch his body, slash, dodge. As long as he touches body, he'll just keep doing this same attack over and over again. Dodge. Run up, touch his body, slash, dodge. Run up, touch his body, slash, dodge. Run up, touch his body, slash, QTE. Run up, touch his body, slash, QTE. Run up, slash his body. Run up, touch his body, slash, dodge. And you gotta do this, like, I don't know, 30 times or something like that. But yeah, don't get greedy, just slash once. Even though it might seem like you could slash twice, don't do it. Go for the dodge.
Thank you. This is going to be hard to explain at customs.
Ada!
Better try a new trick, cause that one's getting old. You okay?
I've been better.
What's so funny?
Oh, I think you know. The American prevailing is a cliché that only happens in your Hollywood movies. Oh, Mr. Kennedy, you entertain me. To show my appreciation, I will help you awaken from your world of clichés.
Ada, stand back.
So first up, we're gonna hook shot over here. And we gotta get to the other side in 2 minutes. Could actually go ahead and just dodge this guy, but I decided to get rid of him anyway. Drop down here. And watch out, because there's a crossbow once we do drop down. And then that guy is just going to point at us like an idiot, so we're going to drop down and ignore him. Go ahead and get rid of him. It's daylight, so no more Plaga are going to spawn. Just got to rush it. Gotta watch out for this guy. It's one of the only instances where the Ganado actually delay their second shot. The crossbow Ganado delay their second shot. So he's gonna fire once, and he's gonna delay his shot, you know? Kind of make you think you're safe, but you're not. Just turn around and shoot that crossbow guy immediately. And then we'll TMP this guy. You can shoot this other guy through the cracks, but I don't really think it's worth the time as much. Get rid of him. And that gives us enough time to set up to shoot this guy as well. Climb up here. This guy's his last. Now we can just run right by these guys. Just a couple of rocket launchers here. Completely ignore them. And then hook shot over. Throw Leon the rocket launcher. GG.
Use this! Sorry, Leon. Hand it over.
Ada, you do know what this is.
Don't worry. I'll take good care of it.
Ada!
Here, catch. Better get a move on. See you around.
This has been Separate Ways, 100% no damage. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed this run, there are others like it on my YouTube channel. Go check them out. Like, comment, and subscribe. Also check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/CarcinogenSDA. Join the Discord community at discord.gg/CarcinogenSDA. If you would wish to support my bad challenge run habit, you can do so on my Patreon. I upload uncut and ad-free versions of all my videos up there. Early access for everyone, so go check it out. I don't really got much else to say other than thank you for watching, and see you all soon. Bye-bye now.